Hello everyone, this is Moncef Afkir, and thank you so much for joining me in this new episode of Be in the Bridge podcast. So I'm happy to have you with me again. And so the subject today is reclaim your power when nothing works out. And especially in those times where it seems like we were used to create things in our life in a certain way, and we created some safety zones. Like whenever things feels that they don't work out the way we want them to do, or in the timing that we want them to do, or we start having doubts, we created those safety zones that we go into so we can feel more safe. But there are times where those safety zones, they don't work out anymore. And it feels like no matter what we tried, it's just not working. And there what I want to say, like from my own perspective, is that this is not a punishment from the universe, and it can be if we can have this mindset of exploration, it can really help, because if you try to find the space, not necessarily to find peace or silence within, but becoming the witness of what is happening within, instead of being identified by what is happening within, the worries, the doubts, the fear, maybe the anger, or any dense emotions. You start just witnessing that, watching what is happening. You realize that this is happening through you and it is not who you are. And when you are in that space, it can be helpful if you are able to start exploring if there is a source of power that you've been avoiding. Maybe you were doubting your gifts as sovereign creator. Maybe you were afraid of showing your gifts, or any source that you were resisting before and you were not giving importance, because the way we've been creating our life, the way societies are built, collectively we give importance to those safety zones that we created. So those sources of power that we resisted, our gifts, we may sometimes not give them importance, and we don't believe that they can make the difference. So the invitation here is, in those times where we feel like things are not working out, if you can find that space I mentioned, and give more focus to your true power as sovereign creator. What's the things that you were resisting, not believing in, or doubting? Take a deep breath. And also having a practice can help, because comparing this new way of creating, if it's compared to the old ways, it's like a new momentum, and we have the old momentum is very established, very strong, even though it seems like not working. But having a practice like meditation, contemplation, or your own practice, if we do that like every day, can really help to create or build that new momentum, and help us to direct our focus to that new source, or the source that already existed and we doubted. And it becomes easier to hold on to that frequency, because it can be normal to get back to the old frequencies, to the fear, doubts, and worries, because this is what we were used to. So creating new momentum, like having this practice, can help strengthen this new like our connection to that, or our embodiment of those new frequencies. So take a deep breath. And also another thing is that you don't need to figure out everything alone. You may ask your guides, the beings you feel connected to support you in that. You may ask also people that you trust and feel that they can hold the safe space for you and support you in this time of transformation. Can be very, very helpful, because it's a collaboration time, and it can be with people that we know or other beings, as I mentioned. And the last point I want to mention, maybe I said it earlier, is that when things are not working out, it doesn't mean that the universe is punishing you, but maybe it's trying to direct you to the source of your true power, so you can create your life on much higher level. And that was my perspective about that. I hope it serves you, and I would love to hear your feedback, or you can share your perspective and how you see that. You can share it on the comments section on YouTube or Spotify. And if the message resonates with you, I invite you to like the video on YouTube, and also subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. So with that, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.